Hey Sky, a quick update on the Phase 3 development for Nucor applications. This is what the infographics tool is looking like, the HTML version at the moment. I am using the Google Charts API to draw some of these up. So let me jump in straight away and just explain what's going on here so far. Every time you load data in Unity and it builds the app in Unity, it exports a whole heap of data that this application can use. When you open this up, I'll show you where it is in the folder now. It'll always open up on the latest date. So the last one I captured was the 29th. And this is showing all the current bins with their combined weight, their total stacks, and their total bundles. And I've sorted it going from highest to lowest. As you can see, there we go down. So all the bins and their weights. I've modified the tooltips so that they can show you these values as well as you mouse over it. And then I will add a year selection list here as well, so once you've accumulated a lot of data, you'd be able to then also the step between the different years. It'll obviously load on the current year you're at, and the maximum amount of records is obviously 365 for all the days of the year. If you input data into Unity more than once on one day, it won't capture it twice. It will just overwrite the current data on that day. So that's as granular as it gets. But for now, I'll add this in later. But that's how it's looking now. And then beneath this is really cool. This is showing you a timeline of these various data points that we've loaded. So the very current one we're looking at up top here, you can see there's a point on this graph here. And yeah, without loading any of these other ones up top here, we can get a timeline of all the previous records. And it's actually showing it to you on this graph, how it's gone up and down over the days. You can choose how many days you want to view at a time. I've got a few numbers here: 731, 93, 182. It's like half a year, and they're basically a year at a time. These aren't actually sequential days because you might not always load data every single day. So as you can see, while we were developing, we didn't have data stock sheets sent to me every day while you were away in Texas as well. So there you can see there was the 27th, there was the 23rd, there was the 20th. So the code's clever enough to step past days that it doesn't receive and then just carry on looking for the next one. So it's 7 records. You can rather look at it that way. 7 latest records instead of 7 linear days. Let's choose some more. Let's say 31, and you'll see that the infographic has sized itself, and it always starts on the day that you're currently up here and then goes back in time. Currently the graph is going from today backwards like this. We can reverse the order of this quite easily, and I can add a button here so that whoever is using the graph, if they choose to want to view it left to right or right to left, they can just click it and it will switch the graph around with no problems. Also, if it goes past back any data, if you tell it to go past some data that doesn't exist, it won't break at all. It'll just end off where it last can find data. This is the very first record when I started developing this, so even though this is 31 days past that, it just stops off there, and that's working exactly as it should. So let me load another day into Unity and just show you that this will be updated. So I'm just going to go to Open Office. I'm going to take one of the data sheets you sent me yesterday or the day before. I'm fudging the dates a bit at the moment, just to capture them on the days that you sent them to me, because but you'll obviously be doing this on a day-to-day basis. I might consider exposing some tools in Unity so that you can manually fudge the date as well, should you miss a few records and want to input them at a specific time. So in Unity, what's new now, like I said, we've eradicated the entire tool needed to parse the stuff, and we just inject it directly into Unity here, and say parse data. There you'll say the data was parsed correctly. Stock is updated here for the application, but at the same time there was a heap of other stuff that happened. And let me go to these folders here. It's created a whole bunch of databases that the Unity application uses. It's got some year ones, and it's got some individual databases. This database was just captured right now, and that's what the Unity application uses. But additionally, in the HTML reporting app, in the data, it will have created a day for today, and it will have various heaps of data that it uses for the reporting app, and clever ways and clever lists of indexing these. so that it can load really nicely. So let me go back to the reporting app. I'm just going to reload this app, and there you'll see it's automatically updated to the 30th, the very latest data that Unity added. So the Unity application is exporting this data, and this application knows how to load it from the most current day. One thing I didn't show you, if you choose a different day up here, so let's go back and choose the 18th, it automatically updates this graph to start from the 18th going backwards. So whatever you've stipulated as the day you view in here, this timeline always starts from that day and goes however many records you stipulated here backwards. Let's choose 31 again, so you'll see the starting day was the 18th, that's what we chose up here. Let's go back and say the 13th, and you'll see this is the 13th. And again, I don't have 31 records, so you'll see even though I've chosen 31, we only have about 7 or 8 that are loaded here. These are just two of the infographics so far. What's going to happen next is when you're on any specific day, you'd be able to click this bin, and you can see it highlights already. But when this bin is clicked, it'll open up another bunch of infographics that can reveal the stacks and the products and the heats inside there. Although just to let you note, the products are cumulative in their totals and their status counts and weights per status, etc. But it's not as granular as having a record of every single product as the Excel sheet and as Unity does. So it's purely for reporting, and it's to keep the file sizes down of all the data. But I don't think we will need it. Once these things are added in, we can discuss it further. But yeah, that's an example of what's happening. I hope it's looking good to you, and we'll chat soon.